Welcome. Let's begin a journey, shall we? A journey not to some distant land, but deep inside, to explore a profound and ancient mystery that lives within every single one of us.
Have you ever stopped to wonder about that? You know, that sudden flash of insight, that gut feeling, that deep knowing that comes from a place beyond logic. Where does that really come from?
For thousands of years, mystics and sages from all corners of the world have talked about this. They've spoken of a special point of perception, an inner eye, one that doesn't see the world outside, but instead opens up to the universe within. So first, let's just sit with this concept for a moment and explore it through the lens of ancient wisdom. You see, in the yogic sciences, it's called the Ajna chakra, which means the center of command. In ancient Egypt, it was symbolized by the all-seeing eye of Horus. But no matter the name, it always points to the same thing: awakening, a move away from just ordinary sight to true, profound insight. But here's a fascinating question. What if this beautiful, mystical idea isn't just a metaphor? What if it has a real, physical anchor right inside of us, a biological secret just waiting for science to catch up? And this is where things get really interesting. This is where we get to build a bridge between the spiritual and the scientific, to look at the physical home of this inner eye. And what we find is pretty amazing. It's like two different languages describing the exact same reality. What the ancients called the third eye, modern biology calls the pineal gland. What they called the seat of intuition, we call a neurochemical center. It's where the mystical and the material finally meet. And even its shape, it's symbolic. It's this tiny, elegant little structure shaped like a pine cone, and it sits right in the geometric center of our brain. It's like a biological jewel perfectly placed between the two hemispheres of our mind. Now, hidden within this tiny gland may just be the key to unlocking these incredible shifts in our consciousness, and it might all come down to one single powerful neurochemical. It's called dimethyltryptamine, or DMT. You might have heard it called the spirit molecule. It's one of the most powerful visionary compounds known to exist. And while science is still exploring its exact function, there's a strong theory that our own bodies produce it, and the pineal gland is a very likely source. And that is the connection that is so crucial. Think about it. The experiences this molecule is known to create, incredibly vivid dreams, near-death states, feelings of complete oneness and transcendence, they sound exactly like the states of consciousness that the ancient spiritual traditions were trying to achieve. So if this incredible potential is already built into our biology, is there a way to consciously tap into it? Well, the ancient yogis certainly believed there was. So now we turn to the ancient yogic science of awakening. And it's helpful to think of it not as a belief system, but as a kind of sophisticated technology, a technology for consciousness itself. The whole system is built on a concept called prana, the universal life force. You can think of it as the subtle energy behind your physical breath. It's the invisible current that animates everything. And within our own energetic anatomy, there is a central channel, almost like a highway, that runs right along the spine. It's known as the sushumna nadi, and this is the main pathway for that awakened life force. The process itself is like a kind of inner alchemy. By using focused breath and pure attention, the yogi starts to gather this prana, this life force, and then it's drawn upward through that central channel, a deliberate current of energy guided with intention directly to the pineal gland, a place the ancient yogis recognized as a center of immense energetic potential. So now let's bring these two incredible worlds, the ancient spiritual and the modern scientific, let's bring them together into one unified understanding. What we're really starting to see here is that an ancient spiritual practice might actually be a very precise, very specific method for influencing our own biology, a way to intentionally stimulate this gland deep inside our brain. The sequence, when you lay it out, is just so elegant. The yogi directs prana. This subtle energy then stimulates the physical pineal gland. And this stimulation, in theory, could trigger a natural neurochemical release, which results in the direct personal experience of an expanded, unified state of consciousness. This, right here, is the alchemy of the third eye. It's the art of consciously transforming our inner world, by uniting the wisdom of the spirit with the mechanics of the body and treating them as one single beautiful system.
And so we're left with a rather beautiful question to contemplate. Could it be that our biology, our very glands, our own neurochemistry is simply the physical language that the universe uses to express a spiritual experience?